Make preparations before starting the machine. Check one by one according to the machine's operating procedures. Start the air compressor after the inspection is completed. When the air pressure is more than 0.5 MPa, tension extruder mesh belt through air control valve. Start the gravity dehydration section and pulp press. Adjust the speed through the frequency converter to the set output value. According to output and pulp dryness requirements of the pulp, set the working pressure of the press roll. After everything is normal, open the feed valve or start the pulp pump. Slurry with a concentration of about 2% to 4%. Enter the machine feed box through the pipeline. Slurry in the feed box overflows through the outlet, flowing at a constant rate onto a moving mesh and spread out evenly. Slurry is under the action of gravity. Most of the liquid flows out of the tank through the mesh holes. The slurry is retained on the mesh surface to achieve the first solid liquid separation. The concentration of the slurry increases to about 5% to 6% after passing through the gravity dewatering section. Then the slurry enters the drum pulp press. The slurry with a concentration of 5% to 6% passes through the fabric homogenizing device, spreading the pulp evenly on the outer net of the drum pulp press. The mesh belt is tensioned by the tensioning roller. The thrust of the tensioning roller is provided by the cylinder. The moving mesh belt carries the slurry into the pre-dehydration section. Overlapping mesh belts hold the slurry. Hold tightly on the perforated drum surface. Through the action of the tension force of the mesh bag force is applied to the slurry layer. The moisture in the slurry is extruded. The concentration of the slurry gradually increases. When the slurry reaches the end of pre-dehydrated, after the concentration is increased to about 10% to 12%. Enter the first pressure zone, the second pressure zone, the third pressure zone, and the main pressure zone in turn. The force of the main pressure zone is provided by the air tire, acting on the extrusion roller, and the force gradually increases. After the slurry is extruded through these four pressure zones, due to the double-sided effluent, dryness of the slurry can reach more than 35%. The extruded moisture flows into the receiving tray through the orifice plate and diversion grooves in the drum. At this time, the pulp cake is moved to the discharge end. Peel off the mesh surface through the discharge doctor and fall into the conveyor belt for outward transportation. The correction of the mesh belt is to control the deviation roller through the deviation correction valve to keep the mesh belt moving within a certain range. Pulp with 3.5 meters. The power of a single rotary drum pulp press is only 30 kW, and the output of dry slurry is 300 tons. It is 1/3 to 1/8 of the power of other squeezers of the same output, which greatly saves energy consumption. Our rotary drum pulp press has low energy consumption. Large outputs can be unattended. It is the first choice for pulp press equipment. The rotary drum pulp press can also be used in the way of multi-stage series countercurrent washing. The pulp cake extruded by the rotary drum pulp press enters the next pulp chest. After the slurry is diluted and mixed, it is conveyed by the slurry pump to the next stage drum slurry extruder for re-extrusion and replacement. The extraction rate of multi-stage series black liquor is high. It can reach more than 95%. The filtrate extruded by the first stage rotary drum pulp press is sent to the front end for treatment or reused. The filtrate from the second stage rotary drum pulp press is used to dilute the slurry in the front section of the first stage rotary drum pulp press. The filtrate from the three-stage rotary drum pulp press is used to dilute the slurry in the front section of the second stage rotary drum pulp press. By analogy, this can reduce the water consumption of washing pulp and reduce production costs.